Amish white bread. I got some homemade apple butter going, and what is better than homemade bread to go with homemade apple butter? Homemade Irish white bread. I thought I'd made this video, and I've been making this bread, but I don't guess I had, so that's what we're going to do. So, you know, we've been making all these other breads, our banana nut bread, and our cinnamon raisin bread, and just all kinds of different breads and cakes, and just been so busy. So, before we get started, I'm going to ask you, please go down and subscribe. Helps me so much. No obligations. If you don't like me later, take me off. I appreciate it. And don't forget to like, share, comment, turn on notifications so you'll know when my next video comes out. And please follow. Please share these all you can, because the algorithm wants to push shorts, not long form. I'm making shorts, I'm getting plenty of views, but I need more on my long form, so please share. So without further ado, let's make some Amish white bread. This stuff is delicious and it's so simple. Let me show you what we got. Okay, to start out with, we got 2 cups of warm water. This is bottled water, not tap water. I don't use tap water to do this with, because I want this as clean and pure as I can get it. So we use bottled water, yeah. So we're going to bloom our yeast first for 5 or 10 minutes. Once it starts getting frothy and bubbly, I'll show you how to do this. It's so simple, friends. Takes a little time, but anything good takes time. But the difference is, it's healthy, no additives, no preservatives or nothing. And it's just pure white bread. None of that stuff like you get at the store. You want to eat healthy white bread, this is the way to go. And soon we'll be making some wheat bread. I'll show you how to do that. Not much different. So we're going to let that bloom, and let's say 2 cups of warm water and a tablespoon and a half of dry yeast, and we'll let that get going. And as soon as it does, I'll be back and we'll put this together. Okay, friends, I think our yeast has bloomed pretty good. So we're going to throw in our salt, our sugar, and our oil. Get those mixed together. And then we'll get it in our bigger bowl. I get a better mix in here, like so. Looks like we've about got everything. Just a little bit left in there. Shake that up. Okay, now we can give that a good whisking. And then we're going to add our flour a little bit at a time. That is all that is in this bread. Okay, give that another stir. Now we're going to put our flour in a little bit at a time. Let me find my doohickey. You always got to have your doohickey. So, friends, have you ever made bread, or do you make bread? Leave me a comment. I'd like to know. We'll get this basically, in a way, making biscuits. I don't buy them either, of course. Shouldn't be no shock. I make them too. get this mixed up real good. See what we're doing there, friends? Get it all good and wet. Okay, a little more. Got a little bit more left. And then we get to get our hands dirty, if you want to call it that. Okay. And then we'll dump the rest in here, like so. Now, we're going to start working this with our hands. We've gotten to the point that I can't mix much anymore. One of these days, I'll get me a mixer to do this, but for now, we strong arm it. You know, back in the day, people didn't have them machines and stuff. This is how it was done. And if we want to go by our ancestors, this is also how we do it. Anything that's good takes time. But one thing about it, you can make a few loaves of this and you're good to go for a while. Like I said, we're making this to go with our homemade apple butter we got going on over here, which is 2 separate videos. So get us a floured surface here to work this. Okay, that's pretty good. Now let's get this out here and work it. We want to knead this till it's nice and smooth. We'll just keep going and going till it's nice and smooth. Now, see how we're starting to get smooth there? Our texture's changing. Yep, it's just a lot of arm work, folks. That's all it is to it. Just a lot of arm work. Get all this mashed together so it stays together. We're getting there now. Now, see how smooth we are? Let's get this bottom side to hang together. There we go. Now, we're going to let it do the thing. We're going to put it, we're going to get us a little oil in our bowl here. Mix that around. Put that in there. And then we're going to oil this down some more. We just don't want to keep it from splitting. Keeps the outside nice and moist so it can't split. Okay, there we go. There we go, folks. There's what we got. Now, we're going to cover this and let it raise for about an hour. And once we do that, I'll be back and we'll get it in our pans for another raise. Don't go nowhere. I'll be back. Okay, friends, there's what we've got now. It's all gotten bigger. We're going to push it down like so. Now we're going to get it out of here. We're going to knead it a few more times. Feels good. Now, let's get it back up in our ball again. Like so. It's closing. Pinch all that together. We're getting ready to make our loaves. Something like that. See what we've got? Now we're going to stretch this to fit our pans. See, if you use all-purpose flour, you don't get that elasticity or that elastic thing. And that is believe it or not, that is the glutens and proteins and all that allowing it to work like that. Get him to close back up here again. Something like that. Try to keep it the same shape. Whoops, about knocked my flour over. Try to keep it the same shape all the way down. I have been making quite a bit of this, my friends. That's about right. So now we're going to tuck the ends under. Like so. Keep it the same shape. Don't want it to look pregnant, as they call it. And then we're going to cut this half in two. Let's get our pans here lined up so we know where our half point is. Right about there. Cut that in two. Like so. Get our end folded under. Something like that. It's making our heel. That's why it's called the heel. Like so. And this is the hardest part of making it, folks. In our pan. That's why it's called the heel. Okay. That's pretty level. Get this one. Bread flour is tough to work with. It brings back so much, but that's what you want in a good flour, or a good flour, good bread. Well, good flour too, I guess. About the same size. Whatever it looks like when you put it in your pan, That's what it'll look like coming out. And they are so easy to come out with one end fatter than the other. If your dough is not the same all the way through. Okay. Okay, it's good and tight. We get our ends rolled over our heels. The same all the way down. That's pretty good. Okay. See if this one still looks pretty good. And now there's what we got. There's what we got, folks. Just like that. And now we're going to go for a second rise, whatever you want to call it. Rise. Yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, so we're just going to cover this up and let it do its thing. Let it get that second rise going. So once we get there, I'll be back again. Okay, folks, there's our bread. You see how much it's raised now? It's got a couple of divots in it because I put some cups on it to keep my towel from touching it. So anyways, that won't hurt nothing, of course. So now, got our oven on about 325. We're going to go in the oven for about 30 minutes. And about halfway through, we're going to lay a piece of aluminum foil over it so it don't get too brown on top. So let me get this in the oven, and when we're done, I'll be back and show you what we got. Folks, I haven't even looked at the time. I went only by smell. And what did I tell you? I bet. Look at there. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful loaves of Irish white bread. Isn't it beautiful? Now, you probably can't hear it, but hear that? Well, besides the rattle in there, let me scoot that over here. Hear that? You get a thud. Sounds hollow. Look at that. Look at that. See? Sounds hollow. That's how you know you're done. And we have us two beautiful loaves of Irish white bread. Beautiful loaves. Look at that. Oh, man, that is going to be so good with our homemade apple butter. Dang. Oh, excuse me. So, there is our Irish white, or Amish white bread. And then our apple butter I'm making is actually called Irish apple butter. So that's on another video. But these cool down, we're going to try some of our apple butter on our bread. And it'll be so good. I can't wait. Going to use some no salt butter. Don't want to mess up the flavor none. They cool down. That's what we're going to do. So when we do, folks, I'll just have to show you what we got then. So anyways, okay, friends, that is our Amish white bread. So easy to make. Just takes a few hours. Just waiting time, really. Few ingredients. beautiful. Now, I did put the aluminum foil over that when I started it. I took it off, about 10 minutes before it was done to let the top brown and all like that. You see it come out just great. So, anyways, like I said, that is our Amish white bread. If you're interested, I'll have it over at Facebook Marketplace for sale. Price will be there, and I'll just let me know. I can ship it anywhere, send it to you. Maybe a day old when you get it. Regular bread's going to be older than that when you get it, but this has no preservatives, no additives. You know what you're eating, healthy as all get out. And then with our homemade apple butter, we've got a healthy dessert. Homemade apple butter with no salt butter and homemade Amish bread. If I was thinking, I've got some heavy whipping cream and we'd have made butter too, which I'll do that and show you how to do that on another video. So anyways, this is about as down home and country cooking as you get in this house. That's how we eat all the time. That's how I cook. It's healthy. It's better for you. You know what's in it. You can trust it. None of that junk. Just different. Everything I make is that way. If I can buy the ingredients to make it, I will. So, like I said, if you're interested, jump over to Facebook or leave me a comment and I'll get back with you here. So, friends, thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to show you what this tastes like when our apple butter is done. We'll put that together on the end of my apple butter video so you can catch it there. I might go on and just add that on to the end of this one. So anyways, friends, or in here somewhere. So anyways, friends, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you watch this all the way through, leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, follow. Please share everywhere. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Till next time, here on Teegarden's in the Kitchen. See ya. A while ago I fell in love with guitar strings.